Sarah just entered college, the first of her family. Unfortunately, as the days passed by, so did her opportunities. She didn't know what she wanted to be or what field she wanted to work in, and she couldn't help but feel helpless in the eyes of her parents. Her proud parents would not permit anything less than what they expected, and neither of them would ever give her a good compliment or a pat on the back, just disappointed phrases. So, with them, she felt trapped between their expectations for her and her own. So she felt that the only solution was for her to move into a dorm. Her chance finally arrived, and she moved in with her friends. The dorm became her safe haven. She took up a job, a meaningless task to pay the bills, but she couldn't help but realize that every time she returned home, her friends seemed a little more distant. As the silence appeared to drag on between them, she started to perceive every gesture as an insult meant for her. She started to feel worn out mentally. She took to drugs in hopes that she'd be able to find some common ground with her friends, but she knew deep inside that she wouldn't. So her grades started falling, and her attendance became the bare minimum. And then finally, she had a traumatic nervous breakdown. And all her anger, her frustration, her sorrow, and her pain finally spilled out. Life, what did it mean to her? What should she do? The only solution she kept coming up with was suicide. What happened to Sarah is actually not that uncommon. According to a National College Health Assessment Survey conducted on undergraduates from coast to coast, 4 out of 10 college students feel stressed often. 1 in 5 report feeling stressed most of the time, and 1 in 4 say they have stress daily. And then 1 out of 10 college students had thoughts of suicide. In this speech, I will demonstrate to you how to relieve some of your stress using 6 easy-to-do yoga positions that you can do from the comfort of your own home. First, I'll demonstrate the triangle and chair positions. Second, I will demonstrate the plank and forward bend. And third, I will demonstrate the boat and bridge positions. For the first position is the triangle position. You need a relatively low to the ground chair like this one. The seat of the chair should reach around the height of your knee. Preferably, the chair should be armless, but if you don't have an armless chair, that's all right. Just work around it. Stand to the right of the chair with your feet about 3 feet apart. Now turn your left foot out towards the chair and lean to the left until the palm of your hand is flat on the seat of the chair. While doing this, raise your right arm up towards the ceiling. Because you'll be using a chair for support, you won't have to work as hard to hold this position, making it easier for you to unwind. Now, after holding this position for a minute, switch and repeat the process for your other side. According to Timothy B. McCall, a medical doctor who has been studying yoga since 1995, this position has been used as a therapeutic for stress, anxiety, flat feet, and neck pains. Now, after this position should come the chair position. For this, you don't need the chair because you are your own chair, so to speak. Stand with your feet together, and then bend your knees only slightly because you're not trying to fully exercise, you're trying to relax. And the more you bend your knees, the more strain you put on your body, and the less relaxing your experience will be. So, next, bring your hands up in front of your chest and place your palms together as if you're going to pray. And hold this position for a minute. According to McCall, previously qualified, this position is of a higher intensity than the last one, so as to provide your body with a way to relieve some of that negative energy that's been building up inside of you due to all of your stress. While doing this, it also strengthens your ankles, your calves, your thighs, and your spine. Now, after the relaxed triangle and chair positions, should come the plank position. For this position, you need to get down on the ground as if you're about to do a push-up. Your wrist should be directly under your shoulders, not out in front of you. Your arms should be straight, not bent, and your body should be in line from your head to your heels. Now, after holding this position for 5 breaths, bend at the hips, raising your butt towards the ceiling, and hold for a couple of breaths. Then return to the original position. You'll hold this position for a minute, which will, for a calming process, you want to breathe through your nose slowly, which would end up being around 12 to 15 breaths per minute. and it'll help reducing the intensity, as well as allot you 3 mini breaks during this position. Now, after this position should follow the forward bend, which you'll need the chair again for this position. Sit about halfway on the chair with your legs bent and your feet flat on the floor. Now lean forward, bringing your chest to your thighs while letting your arms and head hang. Close your eyes and breathe slowly. Unlike me, you will not be looking up during this position because it only serves to detract from the calming process. This position is also supposed to relieve stress and anxiety or mild depression, which are 2 known causes for having someone have thoughts of or actually commit the action of suicide. This is also supposed to soothe headaches and relieve anxiety. Okay, we won't be using the chair anymore, so you can just shove it to the side. The next pose, after the triangle, chair, plank, and forward bend, should be the boat pose, which you'll need to sit down on the ground with your legs bent and your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Next, wrap your hands around your legs to make this position easier. You'll hold this position for a minute, and because this position is one of the easiest poses in the whole sequence, it makes it no wonder why it helps to relieve your stress and relax your mind. Easy, no-brainer tasks like this provide your brain with a much-needed and way overdue break from what has now become the daily grind. The last pose in the sequence is the bridge position. You'll need a yoga block like this one for this exercise. For this one, you have to lay down on the floor, face up, with your legs bent, feet hip width apart, and flat on the floor. Next, raise your hips up towards the ceiling, placing the yoga block at the small of your back. Because you'll not be using your abs or legs for support, this position is automatically relaxed. This position is also supposed to relieve stress and help with fatigue and rejuvenating tired legs. It also is supposed to help with headaches, backaches, and even insomnia. So now that I've demonstrated to you the triangle, chair, plank, forward bend, and boat position, and bridge position, now you know 6 easy yoga positions that you could do in the comfort of your own home that will help relieve you of some of the stress you are feeling and help keep you from becoming another Sarah who took the wrong measures to relieve her stress.